Greetings, fellow Earth people. How are you doing today? I think I have everything up and running, problem free, hopefully. We can never tell. We can never tell. Sometimes I think things are just set up right and they're absolutely not. So today is Friday. Hurrah! If you're watching this on a Friday, great. If you're not, don't switch off, okay? Because tarot is timeless, meaning that if you see this, if you catch this recording at a later date, could well be that your spirit guide has thought there's a message that you need to hear and it's right there. So we'll just give you all those little taps on the shoulder to get you to the right place. So don't just turn off because you're watching this as a recording and not live. It could still be incredibly relevant to you. I've just noticed that I've got my overhead light on. I hope that my lighting's not messed up. Look at me talking like I've got a professional studio and I'm not, in fact, just crammed into a cupboard. There we go. I also made a huge schoolboy error this morning. What I did, I was rushing around trying to sort things out because my parents turned up to take some decking down and blah, blah, blah. So all that was going on. And I rushed around, got ready, sorted all the streams out, sat down, thought, yeah, everything's looking all right, okay? And I've got like 15 minutes to spare. So what shall I do? I tell you what I'll do. I'll start messing around with the settings and I'll start moving because I have to use TikTok up there on my phone, laptop down here. And my internet's glitching. Thank you, KLG. Oh dear. So I started off and thought, right, I'll move the phone. I need a better place for that to be. I need this, I need that. And so what did I do? I messed the whole thing up. And so I've just literally been like, trying to get it all right. Because like I just moved something and it all went horribly wrong. And so KLG has told me the internet is glitching. I'm not sure what to do about that. I think we'll just let it go for now. And then if it gets incredibly bad, we'll have to say bye-bye Facebook, okay? Because we're currently live on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Hello, TikTok, how you doing? So we'll just leave that for now unless it gets absolutely horrendous. Good morning, Uber. How are you doing? Your show is awesome, by the way. And good morning, Mr. Steve. And I've seen Kaza Bear there and KLG. Helena, good morning, Helena. Nacy, Deanne, how are you doing? Rachie, Sylvia Duncan, Nora's Nails, Hutchie on, and Steph Todd on TikTok, Tanya Angel. How are you this morning? Good morning, Jake. Let's do this. Okay, so if you've been with me before, God, I'm so hot this morning. And let me know how that internet's doing on YouTube because I just want it to work so bad. So if you've been with me before, I digress. I'm so sorry. I'm all over the place. If it stresses you out, there's nothing I can do about it. My head doesn't work in a linear fashion. It just goes from one thing to another. What I do is I start with some astrology. We then do a quick collective reading. We will then do a pick a number card pickup style of reading. Oh, I've got a funny hat on TikTok. Where you can sort of think of ask the universe a question, we'll put it like that. After that, I will spend some time answering the questions. Uber, you've thrown me there with that comment. And thank you, Mr. Steve, for mentioning there's no chat on the screen on YouTube. So I'm just sorting that out because we have the technology. There we go. That should be sorted. Okay, so right, let's start with the astrology for today. We just dip our toe into the astrology. So let's have a look. Today we've got the Sun in Leo opposing Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. So what you're looking at today is the potential for power struggles, problems with authority, things sort of coming to the front that you haven't known about, but there's that power struggle, control thing going on. Now also, something that I see in this aspect, which other people might not see, is the potential for huge weirdness, okay? Because you've got Pluto, weirdo planet, retrograde. We've got the potential for things to get really strange and weird, okay? So watch out for that too, because that's my personal interpretation of those planetary aspects. I feel that things could happen that are a little bit strange today. So just keep your eyes open for that. But definitely with Leo being opposed there, we've got the potential for those power struggles. And I would say stand your ground today, okay? Because remember, when this is something that's planetary, it's affecting everybody. So everybody thinks they're right today, all right? So if you've got like a softer personality, it's so easy to be overpowered by somebody who's like, and like, I'm right. So just, you know, stand your ground. And if you can't stand your ground, just move away from the source of oppression. Yeah, move away from it, deal with it tomorrow. Okay, now tomorrow, different kettle of fish in the skies. We've got the moon entering Virgo, and that's squaring Uranus. We always have problems with Uranus in Gemini. Okay, so basically what we've got here is burnout. It might be really, really difficult to focus on one thing at a time. I find that difficult every day, but tomorrow could feel like a sort of global ADHD sort of feeling where everybody is like, oh my God, my brain won't stop going from one thing to the other, to the other, to the other. The message for tomorrow is try really hard just to focus on a singularity, okay, or at least just a couple of things, because it's going to feel like, you know, when you've got so much to do that you don't know where to start. And oh no, I'm glitching. Right, okay, right, bear with me. I'm gonna switch off. I'm sorry for the one person who's watching me on Facebook. I'm really gonna have to turn you off. You can join us on YouTube, Sky Spirit Creations, at Sky Spirit Creations on YouTube. I'm really sorry, Facebook, but there's only one of you and you've got to go. Sorry, Facebook. I just dumped the one viewer on Facebook. We will see if that sorts things out. I really hope that it does, and I do apologize if it doesn't. That's a pain. We'll just let that go for the moment. What was I saying? Oh yeah, tomorrow try to focus on a singular thing. I'm getting really stressed out and distracted by the fact that we're glitching on YouTube. I've cancelled Facebook, Deanne, so we'll just see how that goes. If it keeps doing it, then I'm gonna have to pull TikTok as well, and we'll have to do TikTok later. I'll just give it a few minutes and we'll see. Okay, so I'm just going to talk crap until we work out whether this stream is going to hold. This is so annoying because we had problems with the internet here, and I had no internet for a week. In fact, I was offline for a week. It was hideous, I have to say. It was the loneliest I've been for a long time. And then the engineer came out and he fixed it, and he doubled the speed. He was like, you've only been getting half the broadband speed that you should have been. So we doubled the speed. And when I first did this the other day, it was like, wow, everything's working at once. We're multi-streaming, 3 platforms on the go, and it's all going well. And then today it's all falling apart again. And I'm just so distressed by it all. I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes because my chat is behind on YouTube, where I'm getting the messages. So we're going to give it a couple of minutes and just see if that sorts itself out, because that has really annoyed me, because it's Friday as well and I wanted everything to go really well. So Kaza, we got the Cabbage Man on Wednesday, so I hope that, oh, you missed Wednesday, you didn't see him. I thought of you though. I thought of you as soon as I saw him. I also got him yesterday. If you look on the reading that I put up yesterday using a new method that I developed along with my guide called Pythastro Tarot, and that was I put that up yesterday. It's a reading about Keanu Reeves' compatibility with his girlfriend Alex Grant, and his core number, his soul number, works out in Pythastro Tarot as the cabbage pisser card, Kaza. So I thought of you as well. So you and Keanu, like that. Okay, right. I'm just gonna let this go and you can hear me talking. That's always good. It's always good. Right, let's just continue. Okay, we've done our astrology. We're going to move on. We're going to do a 3-card collective reading this morning. So remember, this could be for you. This could be directed for you. This could be your guides reaching out to contact you with a message from source. The cards are a conduit. So let's try that. Okay, this might really resonate with you, particularly if you really need a message, I think. Okay, after this, we'll get something more general on the table. Right, so today we have got the 7 of Wands, the 4 of Pentacles, and the World reversed. So it looks like you're at the end of a cycle. Something is coming to a completion, and it feels like that Seven of Wands is like you've had to really stand your ground over something. It's like you've been involved in struggles to maintain your own security and stability. That's that Four of Pentacles energy coming in. So it feels like somebody tried to unsettle you, unbalance you, and you've had to really stand your ground. Look at the image on that card. That guy is like, you will not get past me. You will not unsettle me. I am all powerful. That's what you've had to do, or that's what you're still doing in order to maintain your balance, your equilibrium, and your sort of, what is the word that I'm looking for? Here come the ridiculous words and I can't think of one. It is that equilibrium. That is a word, and I found it. Okay, so you've had to really struggle to maintain that equilibrium because it feels like it has been challenged, and it feels like you have had to be this person standing your ground. But now we have the end of that cycle. We have the world reversed, which says to me that the door on this event, the door on this unsettling, almost like power, I'm going to say power struggle, not the right phrase. It's like a challenge to your balance, a challenge to how you see things, a challenge to how you want to do things. Somebody trying to, yes, Uber, none shall pass. That's the feeling of this card, but it's like you've been challenged by somebody trying to get past you on a metaphorical level. It's like you've had to be really strong, but what you're being told here is this time is over. Okay, it feels like you have stood your ground, you've won this battle, and that you can move forward. Good morning, Mandy, how are you doing? Thank you for that. So it feels like you're at the end of that. It feels like things are going to get a lot calmer, and you can let your guard down, because living in this state of defense, this is almost like a PTSD card, a bit like the Nine of Wands, wounded soldier, okay? But this is like you're having to really fight against challenges, and you need to be able to drop that level of hypervigilance. That's a good word, hypervigilance. You need to be able to drop that level of hypervigilance. So the message from these cards would be, okay, it's all right to let your guard down a little bit now. You don't need to be sort of on that super watchtower thing where you're like watching out for challenges all the time, because they're passing. And because this card, this Four of Pentacles, is in the middle of these two here, this is telling me that what you've done has ensured your continuing stability and ensured your balance. Okay, so that's the three card reading. If that resonated for you in particular, then do let me know in the chat. Okay, right, I hope that the internet is holding out nicely. If it isn't, I can only apologize and send up a small prayer to the gods of BT, and then I shall be ringing them to complain. And I'll put my big girl pants on, Mr. Steve, because they're supposed to have fixed it, and I'm not impressed, you know. Us massively important creators need internet with our extremely small amount of followers. But from small acorns grow mighty oaks. Okay, right, so I've got no more people telling me that the internet's glitching, so maybe it isn't. But I know that but oh, I've got a crown on TikTok, but I know that the comments lag, so I don't find out that things are going wrong until they've gone wrong about a minute ago. So it's quite difficult, so please bear with me and understand that I am not a consummate professional. I am but a middle-aged lady in a cupboard, okay, with a deck of cards. Right, okay, we're going to put the extra screen on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you have the privilege of being able to see the cards when they go down. If you're on TikTok, you have to rely on me telling you what's going on, because you're in this format and YouTube is in this format. Portrait, landscape. Okay, let's go. What I'm going to do here is I put down 12 sets of 2 cards at this point, and we number them 1 to 12. Okay, if you're watching this on the replay on YouTube, we go 1 to 6 at the bottom, 7 to 12 across the top, so you can replay and go to the right part if you don't want to hear me waffling on. Oh, Uber, I'm keeping buffering. I really need to do this properly. So right, so what I ask you to do at this point is to choose a number between 1 and 12. If you've got a question in your mind, think of that question and choose a number between 1 and 12, or choose more than one number if you'd like to. You can have as many numbers as you like, or just keep an open mind, open your mind to source and the universe, and ask for some advice. Okay, then choose a number and hopefully that will match up with the advice. Or you can just listen to me waffle on and take from it what you wish to. Okay, because it's Friday and we have exercised the demons. Right, let's get the cards down. Right, okay, on TikTok you can just, we'll just sing you a song, or I actually won't. I need some like little kind of lift music on, hold music, lift music it used to be called, so that there's something going on when I'm silent, because it really feels to me like when I'm not talking that there's like acres of silence, even though it's probably just like nice to get a break from my internal continual blether. Right, that's 12 down, sorry, 6, 12. I can't speak this morning. I blame the heat. It's ever so humid here in Northumberland, and we're not used to it because we're used to just cool, rainy weather. And this morning it's warm and it's hot, and I'm stressed because my decking fell apart because it's rotten. And my stepfather went through the decking, nearly broke his leg. So I'm having to try and get it fixed today. When I say try and have it fixed, I've had to try and get my parents to fix it because I can't afford to get somebody in to fix it. So there we are. Okay, right. Enough waffle. Please be quiet and carry on. Right, okay, we're going to go for number 2. Number 2, if you are on, oh, let's change that screen. On YouTube, you will now see me turn the cards over. If you're on TikTok, you could join us on YouTube at Sky Spirit Creations. Right, okay, what do we have? Oh, right. What do we have here? We have a reversed King of Wands and we have a reversed 8 of Cups. So, what do these cards mean? Okay, this means that you've stuck around in a situation that you should have left a long time ago, or you've stayed in a mindset, or you've stayed doing something that you should have stopped doing a long time ago. That is your 8 of Cups energy. Look at that card that way up. That is a great card that way up because it's somebody who goes sod this and walks away and doesn't look back. Heads for the mountains, which is like the challenge, but you get to the top of them. It's brilliant. You've climbed there. You look back on your life objectively and go, what the hell was I doing? Why did I stick around there? Okay. When it's this way up, it's talking about the fact that you've stayed there too long. Okay, you haven't moved away from something that you should have moved away from. Can I ask, is the stream glitching on TikTok as well, or is it just YouTube? This is number 2, Kaza. So you've stayed somewhere too long. You've stayed in a mindset, you've stayed with a person, you stayed in a situation too long. You're being prompted by the universe to walk away from something, whether that is physically, whether that means like literally or metaphorically, where you can walk away from yourself, can't you? A version of yourself. This is what this card's asking you to do. Now, this king is confirming that. This King of Wands is about energy. This way up, mastering energy. This way up, this is like, it's a confirmation that this situation has drained this sovereign energy from you. It's taken it, it's leached it from you. It's like you've been putting out more than you're getting back. It's a one-way street with this situation. Lots of energy in, not much energy back. No reciprocation here at all. So it's like knocking your crown off and putting you in a reversed position, which is talking about the fact that you've been unsettled from your throne, your personal sovereign throne. You've basically toppled off it, okay, because of this drain. Think about this as if you were the national grid of power. Somebody has basically tapped into your electricity and they're running like a massive weed farm off it because it's like literally putting your lights out. Yeah, so we need you to revolutionize your energy. You need to walk away and you need to not look back. Okay, you need to not look back on this situation, because then that will enable you to become that King of Wands again in the rightful upright position, which is where you want to be, because the King of Wands is fire, is leadership, is energy, it's creativity, it's you like cooking on gas. Yeah, that's where we want to be. And the solution lies in that walking away from a particular situation, person, mindset, or time of your life. Okay, time to draw a line in the sand, step over it, and then kick it into the distance. So that was number 2, guys. I hope I'm still with you, and the internet is, I'm really annoyed about that internet, because it's like, I was so excited for it all to be fixed, and now we're back to where it was to start with. Yeah. Okay. Yes, exactly, Sam 3. Tell them to F off. That is one of the best phrases ever, isn't it? And just so powerful, I think. Right, we're going to go for number 1. Number 1, what do we have? Oh gosh, these are beautiful cards. We've got the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles. So what do these cards mean? Right, what these cards mean are like, this is a perfect hand for you if you're looking to start something new, start afresh. This is basically, wow, this could be like, good morning, Mark, how are you doing? This could be like, if you just chose, see, let's say you chose number 2 and number 1, this would be perfect, because number 2 was telling you to walk away from something, and this is like, this is new start energy, this is new start cards, okay? Because basically we've got that Ace of Pentacles. Look at that hand, comes from the cloud of confusion. Remember the clouds, tarot, confusion. Look at that hand. It's like, behold, an opportunity for you. Take it if you dare. And then the Sun is giving you the strength, the power, the confidence, the glow to go, I will take your hand off, literally, for that opportunity. All right. Look how well these cards work together. It's like, basically, you're going to be handed an opportunity, a golden opportunity, and you want to take their hand off. All right. Utilize your Sun energy and say, yes, thank you. I'll have some of that. And I'll take seconds as well, because this is like you starting a brand new thing. That's your Ace energy. It's new. It's something that's going to excite you. It's Pentacles as well. So we could be looking at something that is like, potentially a new business, potentially a new revenue stream, potentially just something that makes you feel like you found your place in life easier. And I am so sorry, everybody, about the internet today, and I don't know what to do about it. So I'm just going to have to keep going and hope that you can hear some of this. And I don't know, is it glitchy on TikTok, or is it just YouTube? I don't know. So new energy, golden energy, embrace that sunshine, okay? Feel the sun on your face metaphorically when you're taking this opportunity. It's like the Midas touch. It's like one of those moments where it's like, do you know what? You remember the if you're in the UK, the National Lottery advert where the hand came from the cloud and it's like, it's you. Just realize the symbology behind that. This is like one of those moments. What day is it? It's Friday. Do Euro Millions, okay? We'll all win Euro Millions. If you chose number 1, you are walking in the sunshine today, okay? So make the most of it. Make hay while the sun shines. Grab those opportunities. Take somebody's hand off for the opportunity, and then ask for seconds. So that was number 1. We love those cards. Let's hope the next ones are just as wonderful. We're going to go for number 12. And they are not, but Kaza, we have your card has made an appearance. We've got the King of Pentacles reversed, and we've got Kaza's Cabbage Man. We've got the 7 of Pentacles reversed. So what do these cards mean? Okay, so what we've got here, these are reversed, which annoys me a little bit because I like to see the Cabbage Man in his full upright position. But what we've got here is somebody who's put a lot of energy into something and then isn't getting that reciprocated. A bit like where we had our number 2 cards, which was that 8 of Cups reversed. This is similar, okay? In fact, this is really similar. But it feels like it's to do with money this time, because we've got 2 pentacles here. We've got 2 pentacles, which is talking about the fact that this is money, this is security, or this is work. Mr. Steve, I do that internet speed testing all the time, and it seemed to be fine, but it's clearly not. So it's clearly a phone call to BT with angry face on, angry voice. So we're trying this, rewind my head. It feels like there's been money or energy put into something and it's not paying back. This would be like when you put all your money into a savings fund, expecting loads of interest on it, and then it's basically dropped and you're getting back less than you're putting in, okay? So this is this. This can also apply to energy that you put into people, and you are helping, supporting, you know, giving somebody your emotion, your energy, and they're just sucking it all up and like not giving you anything in return. Okay, now this is confirmed again, just like our number 2 cards. I just want to pick these up just to show you that I'm not making this up, because we had those 2 reversed like that. Okay, so that was you having to walk away from something because it's draining the energy, and then we had that king reversed. Okay, now look at these cards, they're so similar in interpretation, but more to do with finance and work than emotions this time. So it feels like for number 12, if you've chosen number 12, something is bleeding you dry, is the phrase that just came into my mind there. You're being bled dry for something, by something, and that means that's seriously affecting your security. That King of Pentacles is an earth king, and he's about security. He's about how you feel about yourself. He's about your materialistic sense of self. It's often to do with work, but it can also be to do with what makes you feel secure: your house, your belongings, your car, even the people around you that give you your place in life, okay, that keep you grounded. That king is grounded, but he's been toppled off his throne because this like energy drain, again, somebody's running a weed farm off your electric here, but it's sort of draining more finances from you. Draining more finances. I'm sorry, I'm glitchy. I honestly don't know why. I'm just going to have to plow through today and try to work out what's going on. So we're being drained of energy again, but this time it's looking like security, material things, potentially money. So the message from the card, because it's all right being told this, and you're like, well, yeah, I know this, I'm living my life. What do you do about it? So what you do about it is you identify where the problem is, don't you? And then you eliminate the problem. And I don't mean that literally before I get banned. I don't mean like get rid of somebody. I mean just neutralize that energy. Stop pouring something into somebody or something that's not paying you back. Okay, so neutralize that drain on your resources in order to put your crown back on and to resume your seat on the throne of Pentacles. I'm so annoyed that I'm glitchy, because I was so excited and I filled myself full of coffee again. I was like full of energy for a Friday live, and now I'm full of woe because we've got such bad internet. I'm so sorry. Right, we're going to go to number 3. But if it goes really wrong, I could just like go and pretend to freeze, couldn't I? And then just switch it all off and disappear. Right, so what have we got? Number 3. Oh, we have got interesting cards here. We've got the Ace of Cups reversed, and we've got the Magician reversed. So what do these cards mean? Now, if you are having problems in a relationship, or if there is a relationship that's just sort of, it was getting off the ground, but you've hit a bit of a stumbling block, I feel that these cards would be really relevant. Now, this could also be about, because the Ace of Cups, all right, it's often about new relationships. Ace, new beginnings. Cups, emotions, relationships. This is a card that's synonymous, associated, I couldn't even say the second word, associated with new relationships. However, think about, relationships aren't just with external people, are they? They're also with yourself. So this card can be about a new emotional state with yourself. With this being upside down, it suggests either a stumbling block in a relationship with somebody else, or perhaps you were about to start a new way of being in yourself, like you started to feel better about something, or started with a new frame of mind, a new relationship with the person that you are, and that's hit a stumbling block. Okay, but there is that sort of feeling of an emotional hurdle in something that was just beginning. All right, could well be that you thought things were going to go one way and they didn't, and it's like it's took the wind out of your emotional sails, right? Then we have the Magician reversed coming in here. Now what this says is, okay, basically this situation is taking too much from you. Okay, it's like you're putting too much energy into somebody or something, and again it's like it's causing you to be drained. But the difference here, because we've got the Magician is a major arcana card, okay, which is like super powerful, super transformative, and basically you're being told here that in order to regain this, to put the wheels back onto this new relationship, whether this is with yourself or whether it's with somebody else, okay, to reinstigate that emotional new beginning, you have to pick up your wand, all right? You have to be that magician, okay? Because magician this way, it's like he's just along for the ride. He's just sitting back and letting everything happen and just not taking control, all right? This is a card in this aspect that says, all right, you need to take control of this situation, all right? Because this isn't going to right itself, okay? Things aren't just going to change here. You need to pick up your wand. The magician's awesome. Look, he's got all the suits, the pentacles, the swords, the cups, the other one, all on the table in front of him, okay? And he's like, picks up the wand and he's like, massive abracadabra, this is what you're going to do for me. He's in charge of everything, okay? When he's this way up, he's disempowered and he's letting himself be ruled. Right, so your problem with this misstart or stumbling of this new relationship, either with yourself or somebody else, is caused by is not helped by the fact that you are letting it happen and you're not taking charge. So it's a reminder, these cards, that you are sovereign. You are the magician. We are all the magician in our own lives, okay? But sometimes we just sit back and let things happen, don't we? And that's when we start to feel bitter about that victim mentality sets in, doesn't it? Like something is happening to me, okay, rather than I am doing something. We need to take that active role. You need to pick up the wand. You need to be that magician. You need to make things happen in order to rectify this issue here with the emotions. Okay, right, moving on. I'm almost rushing a little bit this morning because I know that we've got terrible internet problems and it sickens me to the very soul. Okay, yeah, you've got the power, Mr. Steve. That's exactly it. Right, we shall go to number 11 now. Number 11, what do we have? The Wheel of Fortune reversed and the Devil reversed. Woo! What do these cards mean? If you've chosen number 11, I feel that we're going to have to do some work on you, okay? Because it feels like there's a devil on your back and it feels like there's something that you need to leave behind. The Devil reversed is a little bit like the Eight of Cups reversed, but on steroids, and it's your own fault. Because like you have made this devil, okay? The good thing with the devil is that these two dudes underneath here are actually the pair from the Lovers, and they're chained to the devil. But if you could see the card as close as I can, and I had my glasses on, you'd notice that the chains are very loose, which is symbolic, because it means that these people can get rid of these chains. They can release their shackles, okay? Because it's a prison of their own making, okay? The Devil card reversed like this is very often something that you've made a rod for your own back about, okay? It's like when you keep putting yourself in a certain situation, you keep reacting in a certain way, you keep going back to a repeated pattern of behavior you know is damaging to you, you keep allowing somebody to treat you in the way that you know, causes you problems, but you keep allowing them to do that. You give them the power, all right? That's the devil on your back. What we need you to do is to release these chains, because you can. You can release the chains to this devil and you can walk away, all right? Now, this card is poignant, and when we look at how these cards interact, that Wheel of Fortune reversed. Now I'm getting messages on TikTok that says unstable connection. What is going on? I'm going to have to think of a new solution, but I'm trying to keep my brain on this for now. What these cards mean together is that we have got a situation where this isn't, again, same, I love it. Every morning we seem to get like a lot of times anyway, the cards seem to be linked together. We're getting a repeated message here. So somebody who's watching this stream, if they can actually hear this stream because of the problems I'm having with it, there's a message that is trying so hard to get through to somebody here, because it feels like about 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th set of cards that have had a very, very linked message, okay? This is about letting rid of a self-inflicted problem, self-inflicted devil on the back. The devil on your back is you, yeah? And it's something you're allowing to happen, but it's not going to right itself, okay? That is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Now, if this was this way up, we might be looking at a situation where you could like, okay, just sit back and just let it happen, let it unfold, all right, it'll right itself, you know, it'll all come out in the wash. No, it won't, okay? That's why this card is this way up. With this pairing, it's a really, really strong pairing because they're both majors, okay? This is about transforming your life. This is like the message was at first spoken, then spoken a bit louder. And now these cards are like literally screaming this message at somebody. The devil needs to go. The devil on your back needs got rid of. This is toxic. This is toxic relationships, either with somebody else or perhaps you've just been in a toxic state of mind. It can also be addictions and things like that. Bad choices. Yeah, bad choices. But you're the one who makes those choices. Yeah. It isn't going to rectify, and if you just sit around and wait for it to change, you need to make these changes. You need to do something to release this power and to step into the light again. Okay, we'll leave that at that. That is a really powerful message for somebody. I just hope that whoever it is can hear me because my internet's shit. Okay, right, let us move on. We're going to go to number 4 now. If you've got any questions and you can still hear me, then we'll try and put them in at the end and see if I can get through some. But I'm literally just thinking I just need to get through this and get off and get my internet sorted, and I don't know how to, and I'm gutted. Right, how interesting the next cards are. We've got the 7 of Wands and we've got the 3 of Hearts. I haven't seen the 3 of Hearts for a while and I haven't missed it, to be honest, because it's not the greatest card. Right, I say 3 of Hearts all the time. It's a 3 of Swords, but it's got a heart on it. It's a heartbreak card. The 3 of Swords is a broken heart. The 7 of Wands we've already seen today as well, which is standing your ground. It's having to fight. It's challenges coming at you. These two cards together talk about, okay, a really toxic time of being approached and having your heart hammered by somebody who just won't leave it and just won't accept your viewpoint. And it's sort of come to a head where this is number 4. If you've chosen number 4, this could be really important to you. Basically, it's like somebody's been instrumental in your broken heart because they've really worked you down, worn you down, sort of grated until you were like depleted of energy, and until you're in that position where you feel kicked to the floor, is how I'm feeling it. Kicked to the floor because you are, you know, they've kept going and kept going and kept going, and that's the relevance of those two cards together. Feels like you've had to be standing your ground all the time against somebody and they've just worn you down. That was the phrase I'm looking for. When I'm just blethering on, it's usually because I'm trying to find a phrase in my head which has disappeared somewhere into the darkness. So at the moment you could be feeling pretty deflated, we're going to say deflated, and a bit hopeless, a bit, you know, when you lose your inspiration and you lose the light from your life, and the way forward doesn't feel like as exciting or as assured or as inviting as it might once have done. Okay, disillusioned is another good word for these two cards together. Okay, now the good thing about these cards, and the good thing about the 3 of Swords, because the 3 of Swords gets a lot of bad press, and rightly so, because it's a bit of a crap card, but the plus side of this card is that it's a 3. 3s mean change. If this was 2 swords sticking in your heart, okay, pierced from both sides, okay, but you're being handed that 3rd sword in order for you to move away. It's like this has this issue's come to a head. Okay, this issue is as bad as it's going to get. It has got. Does that make sense? It's now time. Yes, you have the broken heart. Okay, yes, you've been put into a dark place, but you're now being handed that 3rd sword to fight your way out of it. Okay, this also relates to your 7 of Wands. Okay, this is somebody who's resilient. This is somebody who isn't going to lay down and just go, well, that's me done. Okay, just walk all over me, I'll just lay here. Okay, that is somebody who's been fighting, got trod into the ground, but is still ready to get up again and take that 3rd sword and carry on. So the message from these cards for you is, yes, you've gone to a dark place. Yes, you might have lost hope and inspiration about somebody or something. It might be feeling like there's no way out of it, but you have got the power. One of your biggest strengths is your resilience, and you can fight your way forward from this. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. Let me know in the chat if it does. Let me know in the chat if you can even hear me speak, because my internet might not be allowing that. Okay, right, we're going to go for card number 10. 10, we've got the King of Cups reversed, and we've got the Four of Wands. This is a really odd pairing. Let's have a look. What do these cards mean? Okay. Now I'm having to think about what the best way to interpret these cards, because they're a tricky pairing, I'll be honest with you. Right, the King of Cups reversed is talking about somebody who's not emotionally available. Somebody, kings in tarot don't have to be male, okay? So this could be a male or female, depending on how your orientation is and sort of who the significant other is in your life. If there's not a significant other, think about somebody else around you, perhaps even as an aspect of yourself. The tarot is so nuanced. But the King of Cups reversed is about a somebody who's emotionally unavailable, somebody who's struggling to show or release their emotions, somebody who cannot connect emotionally with somebody or something. Okay, so this could be you or somebody else. Somebody is inviting me to co-host. I believe that is for a battle on TikTok, which I will never do, so don't bother. Never say never, I guess. But oh gosh, there's another one now. So this is talking about somebody that's emotionally unavailable. Now, if this is somebody you're involved with, it's time for you to move away from them, because this card, interestingly, okay, this Four of Wands is often associated with marriage, stability and commitment. Okay, take a look at the illustration on that lovely card. You've got this nice couple sitting under the boughs of four wands. When you see fours in tarot, think stability. Remember, the table with four legs doesn't wobble too much. And they've got this lovely bower across them, and they've got their children are playing and they're sorting out their grapes and all that. When you see grapes in tarot, grapes are hard to grow, so it's been a struggle, but they've harvested and they've put in a lot of work and they've achieved. It's a card of achievement, and it's a card where it's like the battle has been won. If you're looking for a committed relationship, this is the card that you want to see. But with this card of this emotionally unavailable person, it's like, are you looking in the right place? Okay, are you looking in the right place? If you are struggling with a relationship at the moment, it could be that that person is just emotionally unavailable to you. And in order to find your Four of Wands time in life, you're going to have to look elsewhere. Now, if that is not relevant to you because you're already in a committed relationship or you're not looking for anybody, okay, this card could be talking about your relationship with yourself. In order to find that time of balance, you need to become more in touch with your emotions. Now, when I switch from one explanation to the other, it's not because, well, I guess it is because I'm hedging my bets, but I'm hedging my bets not because I'm talking crap. It's because the tarot have got lots of different meanings, especially when you start mixing it up and do multi-card spreads. Okay, there is no like this means this and this means that. Okay, if I was reading for one person in particular, good time to plug. If you want a reading, go to my website, skyspirit.co.uk, where I do actually do readings for you. You can book a reading for yourself. But with doing a generic reading, everybody's life is a snowflake in that it's everybody's unique because of their life experiences, their opinions, their relationships, their actions, their personalities. Okay, so that card means 100 different things to 100 different people. Okay, so as we say on this channel, I give you the dots, you have to join them. Or as Mr. Steve said, I give you the crayons, you draw the picture. So we're looking at something to do with somebody who's emotionally unavailable, something to do with this emotional time of commitment. These cards are almost like polar opposites, but with tarot, it often presents you with this challenge. It's like saying, okay, if you want this, you have to deal with this. Yeah, this is stopping you from getting this. This is your reversal, this is your upright. Okay, so look at your life and work out what is it that's holding you back from that you want. Okay, on an emotional level. All right, so, oh God, my daughter is now ringing me on WhatsApp, which I'm not going to answer. So sorry, Ruby, you should be watching me. Haha. Right, so Where are we going now? Now she's thrown me. Everything's happening at once. I've got bang, 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 bang going on downstairs from my parents putting the decking up, internet problems, Ruby phoning me on that, and everything else. So, right, where are we going? We're going to, what number is that? 7, 8, 9. Number 9. Right, okay, this is interesting. Number 9, we've got the 7 of Swords and we've got the Hierophant reversed. Okay, right. What do we see from these cards? What do these cards mean? If you've chosen number 7, 8, it's 9, wasn't it? I said 9 before. Number 9. Right. I feel like there's something sneaky going on here. Number 9. It feels like there's something untoward going on behind your back, okay? Something that is going to unsettle you, or something that is, it's unknown. It's not something in your face. It's like when people talk about you behind your back, but it feels like there's something underhand. Now that 7 of Swords, if you look at him, he's sneaky. He's a good strategist, okay? He's a great planner. And if he turns up in a positive aspect, you're like, well, this is good. It's making plans. It's like somebody who can scheme. Somebody who can scheme, not steam. Somebody who's steaming. That means a different thing in the north. So somebody who can plan. But when I'm looking at him with this reversal of this Hierophant, I'm looking at him in his less positive sort of guise. And that is sort of underhandedness. That is something that is being done behind your back. And I'm saying that because we've got the Hierophant reversed, and that talks about something which is unorthodox, something which is unsettling things around you, something which is not the way that you want it to be. So it's like it unsettles your structure of life. It's like something's going to come out of the blue that's like, whoa, I didn't know that was going on, and I didn't know anything about it. So the message of these cards, remember with tarot, it's like forewarned is forearmed, isn't it? And knowing something might be going on behind your back. This isn't doom and gloom. This is like having that magic bullet, which means that you can now have a look and see, is there somebody around you that's like doing something they shouldn't be behind your back? Now that, I hate saying things like that because it's like, am I going to cause people's relationships to split up? Not like that. We're not seeing cups here. I'm thinking more about like somebody bad mouthing you, somebody sort of to do with its swords, its conflict, its intellect, could be work, could be somebody stealing from you. This card is associated with theft as well. He's sometimes called the thief in the night. And if you look, it's actually the illustration. It's like he has nicked these swords and he's doing off in the dark, right? It's the burglar card. So it's something being taken from you behind your back that unsettles the structure of your life, okay? So what these cards ask you to do is take a good look and see if you can identify them. Now, these are tricky cards. I'm not going to lie to you. These 2 cards are a tricky combination. And if I sound like I'm sort of reaching for different explanations, it's probably because I am, because that's how tarot is. You've got to really put your head into gear to work out the context between 2 cards, because it's always different. There's literally thousands of different interpretations for different pairings. So it's not a reach, it's an interpretation. And I've always learned the best way to read tarot is to say it as you see it. Remember that program? What was it called? Well, they unveil different bits of a picture and you have to go, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. And it's like a saying. Say it as you see it used to be the catchphrase, but you say it as you see it. Don't try to work out what it means for somebody in particular. And when you do that, particularly when I do that in like a one-to-one reading, then you'll find you'll say something and you think, God, that makes no sense whatsoever. And the person goes, oh my God, yes, that's exactly what's happening. So I'm saying it like I see it. So that should make sense to somebody, hopefully. If it does, let me know, all right? Because I like a bit of feedback. It gives me purpose. It really does. And I need purpose right now with my internet problems. And I'm just, is anybody listening here like an internet wizard who can tell me what's going on? Right, we are going back to on YouTube. You will see me choose these cards. So what do we have? We're going for number 5. Number 5. Right, we've got the Lovers reversed and the 4 of Pentacles. So what do these cards mean? Okay, right, we've got a choice to be made. That Lovers card, everybody, catchphrase, Mr. Steve, it was catchphrase, that was the show, yes. the lovers card. Everybody thinks the lovers is about romance and like sex and things. Can I say that? I probably can and did. So everybody thinks that's what the love is about. And yes, don't get me wrong, it is and can be. But it's also about a choice. And that's because if you look at this card, look, you've got two people. Often in romance, you choose between two people. Unless you're a polygamist, I think is the word, where you can have multiple partners. But in many traditional Western belief systems and structures, it's a choice between two, one or the other, isn't it? So it's a choice, yeah? When we see the lovers reversed like this, it can be about choosing between two people in a relationship. So if you're in a love triangle, it's like, make your mind up time, okay? But it can also be about choices in life when we choose one path or the other. Now, particularly when we read this card in context with the Four of Pentacles, we're looking at a choice that brings either stability or balance or tips you the other way. If I was looking at these cards and thinking of astrology, I'd be thinking of a Libra, okay? Because Librans can be extremely well balanced, but tip them either way and they can become really unbalanced. They've got to keep that balance going, okay? It takes constant work to keep that balance going. And this is what these cards are saying. It's like there's a choice on the table for you. It's an important choice, but it has to be made in order for this balance to be maintained, in order for this equilibrium. I used that word once before today as well. I need a new dictionary really to come up with some new words. But in order for this balance to be achieved, the choice is going to have to be made. And the reversal on this card tells me that it's a choice that you might have been avoiding, okay? A choice that you have been putting off. It's like a burying your head in the sand situation. It might be between two people. If you are choosing between two partners, then well done, have both of them. But if that's not possible, then it's make your mind up time. All right. If it's in any other relevant to anything else, it's about choosing, making the decision in order to maintain a balance. Now, with this being Pentacles, it's also about money and security as well, or it can be. I'm tending more to do with security rather than money in this case because of the pairing with the lovers. It feels like it's more about that emotional balance and security, but it's a decision that has to be made. What number was this? Number 5. If you've chosen number 5, then let me know if that decision is something that you've been putting off, because these are really strong cards about make your mind up. It's time to get that balance sorted. And it's one of those times where you just know once you've made that decision, you'll feel the scales stop rocking a little bit and life will be smoother. Right, okay, let us move on to number 6. Number 6. We have got the Two of Pentacles, another card of balance, and we've got the Chariot reversed. So what's going on here? What do these cards mean? Okay. This is an interesting card, Two of Pentacles. So if you look at this guy, he's like juggling his coins. And what this is basically when he's up this way, okay, he's basically keeping all those balls in the air. He's keeping his balls in the air. He's spinning his plates and none of them are toppling to the floor, okay? Somebody who's got a lot on their plate, a lot of plates spinning. Remember at the circus when they used to spin all the plates and they'd all be going at the same time and it gets faster and faster and faster and faster. Or the juggler starts juggling with 2 balls and they put 3, 4, 5, 6 and you're like, my God, you're going to drop them any minute. But this guy, oh no, he's got all his balls in the air and he is literally keeping them going, okay? But enter stage, we've got the Chariot reversed coming into the scene. Now, this is like a kick in the ass because it's going, okay, right, you have been juggling too many of your balls for too long, okay? It's like you've been keeping them in the air too long and the time is nigh when you're literally going to start dropping them, okay? Because that Chariot reversed is like, whoa, let's put the brakes on here. You're going too fast, you're taking on too much. There's too much going on in your head, okay? It's like ADHD brain, but like on steroids, okay? There's too much going on here, too much happening, too many things. You're spreading yourself too thinly. You're taking on too much, you're doing too much. we are needing, and this ties in with tomorrow's astrology as well. We're talking about you feeling overwhelmed, that burnout, when you start to feel overwhelmed because you've got too much on your plate. What you need to do is casually walk to the side of the circus ring and place down your balls, okay? Just keep going with two, okay? Two is an okay. It's two balls still juggling? I think it is. So we can just put down some of those enormous amount of things that you're doing and just continue with what is absolutely necessary. Good morning, Teshelle. How are you doing? So, what we need, this Chariot is a great card, okay? No, it's all catching the light and being all sparkly as well. So it's about forward motion, but when it turns upside down, it's like, imagine the Chariot was careering around, cornered too quickly, spun out and rolled, all right? And that's because when do you roll the Chariot? When you take the corners too fast, okay? So too many balls being juggled, too many things going on, you've spun out, all right? This is a warning to slow down. This is a warning to put down some responsibilities, delegate them if you can. If you've got kids, make them do things, okay? This is like, I have a friend who does all her own housework. She goes out to work and her kids don't do very much, okay? This is a time, if she had these cards where you'd be like, give those kids a list. They need to help out, okay? Because you're burning out here. And this is what you need to do, okay? So that was number 6. Let's move on. I hope my internet's holding out for everybody. I hope I can work out how to fix it. I'm really sad if I can't, because like, how am I going to continue doing this if I can't? And I literally, where I live is in the middle of nowhere, and I've got partial fibre, and I can't upgrade it to fibre because we don't have fibre yet. So I literally am going to have to, there's nothing else I can do, like package wise, unless I pay for data on my phone and do TikTok on data. Why am I thinking out loud on a live stream? Keep thoughts inside head. Right, okay, where are we? Number 7. 3 of Pentacles, Page of Cups. What do these cards mean? What do these cards mean? I hadn't even thought about it. Right, okay, we're learning lessons, aren't we? We're learning lessons about relationships. Good morning, Natalie Fraser. How are you doing? These cards, if you've got these, it's like this card, the 3 of Pentacles, is an interesting one because we've got some steps to climb here. But this is a card where you start to learn things from past experiences. You start to realize, well, shit, I did that exactly the same way last time and it all went tits up. So we're not going to do that again. We're going to act in a different way. We're going to approach things differently. I'm going to learn the lessons from the past. Said nobody ever, as we all career into making exactly the same mistakes over and over and over again. But for a moment, imagine that you were wise and learned from your mistakes and chose, because it is a conscious choice, isn't it? And I think sometimes if we remind ourselves that everything we do is a choice, we make a conscious choice every time we react to a personal situation, that knowledge, that personal insight is that card personified, okay? It's learning the lessons of the past and then walking up the steps in order to go through a new portal to power up, because it's recognition. It's like your spirit guide's like, yes, I told you that all along, and you've done the same shit every time, every single way possible. You've gone wrong because you didn't listen. Okay, now you're listening. Now you see what I wanted you to see. Okay, so let us, yes, Sam 3, breaking the cycle. We are asking you to break the cycle with these cards. Number 7, you're going to break the cycle. And what's that going to lead you to? Well, this is even more beautiful than breaking the cycle, because we have got the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups, remember, the page is the youthful child. Youthful child. Can you have anything other than a youthful child? That is the inspirational child of the deck, of the suit. Okay, the page is the child. He is somebody who's not jaded, he or she, somebody who's still got that light in their eyes, you know, the light that goes out gradually in all our eyes as we get old and we go through the same crap and we sort of lose that joy of life. But this card, and I just saw somebody sent me a universe on TikTok, and I don't know what that means, but it sounds awesome. So thank you so much, Dale. So this card is about, okay, once you learn these lessons, once you decide to break that cycle, learn your lessons, listen to that voice that keeps saying you do the same shit every time, you've got this to look forward to. Now, the Page of Cups is a new relationship, a new spurt of creativity, new inspiration, but it's new, 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 new. And it's not just a new thing starting, it's a new attitude. You become the page. It's like rewind from a reversed king who's all jaded and sick of everything, going back to that time when, or like this could be, imagine that you're 14 and falling in love for the first time, and that, whoa, I can't believe this is happening. And it's that feeling where you can't wait to get up and go to school because you're going to see your crush. Okay, this is this card. Okay, now translate that into adult life. And think about how that would feel. About, it could be work, could be something that you take up, could be a new hobby, could be a new relationship, could be that you buy yourself a box of watercolors and decide that you want to start painting. And if you're 80 years old, you just like go, wow, I've suddenly found something new that I want to do in life. That's your Page of Cups moment. Okay, so these are beautiful, beautiful cards and should resonate with everybody. If you haven't chose number 7, everybody choose number 7 now. Okay, because this is what we need to do. Learn lessons from the past to embrace the Page of Cups moment. Let's move forward. We like that. So where we're going to go last, okay, and then we'll do some questions if anybody can still hear me, because the internet, my daughter's just phoned again. Ruby, you should be watching me and not phoning me. Right, oh, brilliant cards to finish with. We've got Death and we've got the Page of Wands. Now, if you've watched me before, you'll know that I have a penchant for Death. Okay, Death, this way up, is an epic card. Do not run screaming. It does not mean that you're going to keel over. Okay, far from it, especially when we're pairing it with this Page of Wands. Basically, look at these cards. Okay, first of all, we've got Death looking this way, backwards. We've got this Page looking to the future, forwards. Now, what these cards mean together, okay, is it's time to transform. This is like literally almost like the cards that we just did. I keep telling you, there's messages that come through very, very strongly when we do these cards. This is like a confirmation almost here. The Death is the transformation. The Death is saying goodbye to old ways, old people, toxic behaviors, things in the past. Think about Death as a forest fire that's needed to get rid of the dead wood, okay? It's making something dead to you. It's putting it in the past. It's realizing that you don't have to be held back by things in the past. You can kill the guilt, kill the shame, kill the not being appreciative of your own self. Did that even make sense? But you don't have to cling on to who you used to be. That person can be dead. You can do that every day if you want, but it probably would get a bit confusing. But if there's things in the past that you want to get rid of, just get rid of them. Just put them to bed. Make them dead to you. Burn them. That's this card. This gives us the power to rejuvenate and be reborn every time we decide to do it, okay? We can literally just chuck it in the effort bucket and walk away from it, okay? That's what this card enables you to do. Because when you've done that, look at how similar these cards are, okay? I love this. When you've done that, this isn't even, remember how this did it before? It gave us the minor arcana version, then it gave us the major arcana version. So it like whispered it, spoke it, then shouted it. This is like, let it go. Put it behind you. And then we've got the Page of Wands, okay? Now the Wands, as you'll know, pages, wands are fire. Fire is energy, and it's that whoosh moment, okay? And that page, again, it's new, it's the child, it's the energy, it's the stepping forward into the new part of your life. It's a power up. It's like you've just been given so much power here to move forward. Once you exorcise the demons, okay, we need to get rid of this, whatever it is, put it behind you. Might even be yourself. Put yourself behind you. Today is the first day of the rest of your life, and you're going to be the Page of Wands, and you're going to be the Page of Cups moving forward. That is the child. That's your inner child powering up, firing up, and moving forward. Now, that Page of Wands in particular is inspiring. And it's also can be like brand new businesses, brand new ways of thinking, brand new moving forward. It's a really great card to end on. And just on that, TikTok's doing its like, TikTok will end in 4 minutes. And I have to do this little, excuse my hand, I have to do this little jigsaw thing to keep the stream going. It assumes that I can see, but I've done it this morning because I have got my glasses on, so sometimes I can't see. So those are our sets of cards. Awesome. I'm just going to do a little bit of a super shuffle, and if you want to ask me any questions between now and 12 when we finish and I go and try and sort the internet out, then it would probably be a good time to do that now. Right, let's just take off that card cam from YouTube. Look at that, I've done it. So right, KLG, did you pin a comment then? I think they don't stay very long on TikTok, so I have to catch them quickly. Right, I can't see any on YouTube, so I'm looking at TikTok, can't see any there. Right, I'm having a quick shuffle of the cards here, and I've got a way to super shuffle them, so just bear with me. If anybody feels like singing a song, then please do. I'm going to work out how to put music on, but it's got like copyright stuff, hasn't it? But I've got some copyright free music that I use for the intro and things, so I need to do that because I just get really anxious when I'm not speaking. I have a business and do good, but I want to know what's wrong. Natalie, okay, we'll go for that one, Natalie. Natalie has a business, does good. You want to know what's wrong. Okay. Well, these are really good cards, Natalie. We've got an ace and we've got a page of pentacles. Now that page of pentacles particularly is great for a business. It feels like you got off to a really good start and it feels like things start really well for you, and it's also emotionally rewarding. But what we have got as a reversal is the Six of Cups. So it feels like something from the past might be holding this back. This is a card of nostalgia. Up this way, I'd be going, look at the past to use resources to improve the future of your business. Up this way, there's something holding it back from the past. Is that a person? Because this is cups, it feels emotional rather than sort of anything else. It feels like something emotional from the past is holding back your process. But look, we've got a page of pentacles. This is often associated with new employment, so it could well be that there's somebody else that you could bring into the business as a new start, that could help the business move forward. Or this could be more about, if you're just a one man band, one woman band, one person band, I think we should say, this could be you. It could be just confirming that you are at the start, you are the page moving forward. And that ace is like, it ties in your emotional well-being with the business. So these are two great cards which are talking about new beginnings. So I'm getting the feeling that this is either a new business or you're in a new phase of it. But this negative tie to the past is what's coming out when I ask the question about what could be done to improve. There's something about cutting ties with something from the past to improve it. I hope that made sense to you, Natalie. I know it's quite difficult to do that with just a couple of cards. Okay, Abina, can I get a reading? Musa's feelings and intentions for me. Abia. Sorry, I can't see the screen very well. Okay, Abia, Musa's feelings and intentions for me. Right, bear with me. Okay, so what we've got here is the Eight of Pentacles, the Tower reversed, and the King of Swords. So I feel that what we've got here is a situation where there's lessons being learned, and it's like there's a feeling that if somebody acts in a certain way, then things that have gone wrong in the past have a potential to go wrong again. I see somebody who's very strong and knows their own mind and is very good with words, potentially an air sign, or potentially has those kind of qualities, a communicator, a ruler, a sovereign of words, somebody who can talk their way into anything. But when it comes to their feelings about you, I feel that they fear things could go very wrong, and it's almost like they're protecting that kind of situation, because this Eight of Pentacles card is, again, it's about learning, and we see a doorway here, but with the Tower reverse separating these two things, it feels like this person is scared of what could go wrong in this relationship. It feels like they are very protecting their own interests, if that makes sense, because they fear they have something to lose. In order, if they were to go through the doorway with you, if they were to learn the lesson and move forward, they're still worried about what they could lose. Okay, so their feelings and intentions for you are very much centered on what they could lose themselves rather than you. So I think if you are interested in them, you would be better off pulling your own emotions back from them to give them that space, because they feel that moving forward in this relationship could potentially have this sort of, could cause conflict and problems, if that makes sense. Okay, Tashel, I think I saw a question coming up from you about finding an agent. Let me just scroll back up because I missed that. Oh, I've missed loads. Oh no, now I've started scrolling and I've missed everything. Now I can't see anything. Right, I know that Tashel, you asked me a question, and so I'm gonna look for, I think it was around finding an agent. I can't find it on the screen now. I really need a new method and a new internet provider. Right, just giving me a moment to extra shuffle here, and we'll see. Right, is the internet doing any better now, or am I still crap? Okay, Tashel. Yeah, right, okay, Tashel. It feels like there's a new path that you have to take. It feels like for a while there's been various options on the table. You've had a couple of different ways you could have gone. Okay, I feel like you might have taken the wrong path at some point, and there's something else that you could be focusing on. When you talk about finding an agent, if there are sort of multiple strings under your bow of job and your production job, it feels like you've perhaps been pushing one particular area of it where you will have more luck if you look at the other path, because that card, judgment, is often about crossroads and about changing, taking a path. When it's upside down like this, we're looking at you have taken the wrong path with something, and it could well be, I'm looking at TikTok and you're on YouTube, I do apologize for being all over the place. It feels like you should be focusing on a different, not changing path entirely. It's like you've got multiple pots and you've been pushing one pot thinking that that's where you're most likely to get the more interest, but it feels to me like a different pot is going to give you a better result. Now this is also coming up with the 5 of swords and then the 5 of wands as well. Now when we're looking at 2 5s, 5s are very often conflict and arguments, and that card 5 of swords is certainly about conflict, and that card there 5 of wands is about competition. Okay, so if you have a look, all these little people are battering each other with sticks. Now that's to symbolize that it's like there's a lot of competition, a lot of backbiting around this. So it might well be that the pot that you've chosen to push has got a lot of competition, and perhaps there's something else in your remit under your umbrella of skills where there's less competition and conflict, because that's what the 5s in my hand are telling me, is that we need a new path and you need to look at other areas where there's less competition, less conflict. Now the reversal of this card is interesting, because that card is like you win the battle in conflict, but it's like, was it worth that? Was it worth the hassle? When we're looking at it upside down here, it's exhausting. It's like you go through this battle over and over and over again, and it doesn't seem to resolve. So these 2 cards, these 2 5s are poignant in order to achieve what you want to achieve. It's a new path, moving away from this conflict and competition. So it's like that, it's something more unique that you need to do. Okay, sorry that I'm dead quick through all these. I've got a few questions in, so I'm trying to get through as many as I can. Okay, Christina, is Lee sometimes he has anxiety and loneliness with, is Lee sometimes he has a anxiety and loneliness without me? Okay, so Lee, does Lee have anxiety and loneliness without you? I think that's the question. Let's have a look. I hope that's the question, Christine. I hope I've interpreted that right. Yes, basically is the answer. So what I've got him is Lee is coming up as the Knight of Wands reversed. So this is somebody who could be a bit of a playboy. You didn't know where his energy was. His energy was a bit scattered. When it's reversed, it's like he has been toppled off his energetical horse. It's like it feels that he is unbalanced, and that is a situation of stress and anxiety, because what we've also got here is that Ace of Cups reversed, and that is the end of a relationship, or that is loneliness. Okay, so we've got both things that you've questioned there. We've got somebody who was like really in charge. The Knight of Wands is like playboy energy, going out, being on top of things, the confident person. Okay, and then we've got the reversal, which is when it gets too much and it's like a bit stressy, a bit anxiety, sort of wants to draw back. And we've got loneliness, the ending of a relationship, okay, or being away from somebody. So there is that stress and anxiety there. However, the third card that I pulled was our beautiful Page of Cups. So I feel like that is a message from Source that there is a new beginning there as well that's being played out. Okay, so it feels like this is a period that has to be experienced. Sometimes you have to experience a bad time in order to move forward and see the positivity in a situation. Yeah, it's like that old saying, that old adage that, you know, there wouldn't be any light if it wasn't for the dark, was there? We have to go through the bad times in order to appreciate the good. So I think that's basically what these cards are saying to you, and I hope that resolves for you, Christina. Patricia, good morning. How are you doing? Right, we'll go to TikTok. Claire. Oh, Chris's intentions towards me, honest. Okay, good question, Claire. Let's have a look. I am so sorry if I miss questions. It is really difficult to see them, and my mod's doing a fabulous job. But it's really difficult for them to keep up as well on TikTok in particular. What was the question? So it was Claire, is it Lee's intentions honest to you? Is whoever it was their intentions honest to you? Let's have a look. Okay, Claire. Yes, I would say that they are, because we've got you coming up as the Queen of Wands in the upright position, which is somebody who is in charge, somebody is having a good time, being able to move forward. You have the power in this situation. But we've also got here, interestingly, we've got the Hierophant, which talks about structure. I believe that this could be somebody who's got intentions of making a more committed relationship with you, or even going as far as to say the Hierophant is associated with marriage. So if that was something that you were hoping for, then it looks like this could be sort of confirmation of that sort of structured approach to a relationship. So yes, those intentions are honest. Okay, and it looks like they are literally moving forward to a place of more committed, more stable, a more traditional relationship. Okay, and we've also got the Eight of Swords reversed for you. Now if you have a look at that, that lady up that way is in a prison of her own making. She's blindfolded, she can't see her way out. What I've pulled for you is this way up. With these two cards, what this means, Claire, is that yes, this guy or this person's intentions are honest. They look like they're moving towards a more committed phase of a relationship with you, and it looks like this releases you from a prison that you've put around you. So it starts a new phase of your life where you're able to free yourself from past restrictions, constraints. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, and that's beautiful. I hope that works out well for you. Okay, I can't see what is on TikTok because somebody has invited me to co-host. Okay. Okay, right. Claire, I saw that message that just came up there. No, I don't think that's the case. Okay. And I'm pleased that makes sense. Thank you. Okay. Does Kasim want to make me his girl officially when he fixes his finances? Nabar. Okay, this is now 700. Does Kasim want to make me his girl officially when he fixes his financial? I think that's going to say situation, because that falls off the end of my message there. So let's have a look. Okay. Kasim. Ooh. Ooh, well, these are really interesting cards. Okay. Basically, we've got the 10 of Pentacles, we've got the 3 of Hearts, and we've got the 10 of Cups. Now, this is interesting because there's more to fix than finances here. We've got this card, which is about generational wealth, and it is about fixing finances. The Ten of Pentacles couldn't be a better indicator that there is finances that are going to come right, finances that are going to sort themselves out. And this is in particular, you often see this card where it's money that comes through family, money that comes through friends, but it's certainly that Ten of Pentacles. Look at that card. That is like financial security, and it's being sorted out. Then on the other side, we've got the Ten of Cups, which is like the most well-known card for, apart from probably the Two of Cups, for like marriage, commitment, beautiful sort of time of like, wow, this is like being somebody's girl or being somebody's boy, or however you put it. This is like a fully committed relationship. Okay, so your question is answered with those two cards. However, what we don't want to see in the middle is the heartbreak card. We've got the Three of Swords popping up between a 10 and a 10, both positive cards. And then we've got the Three of Swords, which is like the monster behind the curtain. So I feel like it's not just a financial situation that Nassim needs to sort out. There's somebody's heart that's going to be broken as well here. Is it possible that there's another relationship that's going to end before you are able to be with him in a committed relationship? Because there's that Three of Swords in the middle there. So there's like some kind of broken-hearted situation in the middle. Somebody is going to get hurt in between this money situation and this ending that you want. Okay, but I feel that you're going to get the ending that you want, but watch out for what this is. It's not necessarily you, but it feels like it's stuck in the middle. Okay, I don't see, oh no, hang on, I've got an arrow on YouTube. That's why I can't see any more questions, because I haven't, oh God, there's loads, because I haven't pressed the arrow down. I'm so sorry. Right, I'm going to have to scroll up a little bit. So professional, isn't it? So professional. I still can't see anything. Oh, is music the way forward? Sam, let's have a look. I hope it is, because I've listened to a couple of your tracks and they're awesome. Right, Sam. Sam 3 Artistry. I believe Sam is on YouTube. I think her name's Sam 3 Artistry on YouTube, so you might want to go and subscribe to her because her music's awesome. So let's have a look. Is music the way forward? I'm being drawn to shuffle these cards again, Sam. Let us have a look. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I should just leave it at that, shouldn't I? But I'm not going to. Right, we've got the moon. It feels like this is like your music is more about, it's like there's a witchy side to you, there's a mystery, there's a psychic side, there's something that music brings out in you from your hidden side, from the hidden side of the moon. It's almost like there's a witch inside. Now I say I'm a witch, okay, so I don't mean this derogatory wise, I mean this in a really positive sense. It's like that inner soul of yourself is brought out like a face of the moon by your music, and it brings you into a harmony. That's the Two of Cups. That's you and your soul, you and your spirit, you and your music together moving forward. It's like it's part of you. You are two sides of the same coin, or two sides of the moon, if you like. Okay, so that it's part of you and it brings you to a state of harmony. And the third card that I pulled is your card of mastery. So you're the Queen of Wands when we bring those two cards together. And that is a card of success and leadership. So when you ask the question, is music the way forward? Is it for you? Then it certainly is. These cards say, yes, go for it. Okay. How awesome is it when cards say something you want to hear? Because imagine if they'd said, no, absolutely not. It would be like really difficult to say, but that was cool. Music is the way forward for you, Sam. Go and subscribe to Sam 3 Artistry because she is awesome. Okay. I don't see anything. Oh, I'm seeing the same questions over and over again on YouTube now. It's because I still haven't pressed that arrow. I can't do this. Okay, I don't think I can see any more questions on TikTok either, unless everything's frozen because the internet's crap. I think that might be it. Any more questions on TikTok? Any more questions? Because I can't see any, and that is really weird. But nothing's moving on TikTok either, so it's quite possible that maybe the stream has just frozen, and if it has, I apologize like that. Oh, Shez, will my health improve? Now, As a rule, Shez, I don't answer medical questions because I'm not a doctor or medically trained. I'm going to look at your well-being, okay? We're going to look at your well-being. Is your well-being going to improve? Let's have a look. And that's brilliant. Kirsty is subscribed to Sam 3 Artistry. Awesome. Sam 3 Artistry on YouTube. Right, okay. This is Shez. This is a really good for you, my love. Okay, we have the 5 of Pentacles reversed. We have the 7 of Wands, and we have the 5 of Cups reversed. Now, remember those 5s can be struggle and change. With them being 2 reversed cards, this is something that was lost that is returning. This is something emotional which was lost, which is returning, okay? So it feels to me like well-being, although it has been lost on both a security level, so this is like how you feel about yourself, your money, your finances, it was all taken from you. Your emotions, that's something being lost on an emotional level. So you've been through the ringer, yeah? But with these being reversals, the way that I describe this card is what was lost returns to you. So that when we're looking at your well-being, was lost is returning to you. And then we have this card here, the 7 of Wands, making it our the 3rd appearance for today, talking about look how strong that person is. As Mr. Steve said on YouTube, thou shall not pass. This has been you having to stand strong through all this time, okay? As these things were taken from you, you had to be strong, but your resilience has paid off because they're returning to you, so your well-being is improving, and I hope that helps. That's awesome. That's a really good read as well. Is it Divya? I can't see, and I don't want to get too close to the screen because then you'll see my spots. Can you give me divine guidance? I wish I could, but I can certainly ask the cards to act as a conduit to try and give you some divine guidance. So let's have a look. Divine guidance, please. Let's see what comes out here. I love an open-ended question like that. It's grand, isn't it? Let us see. Right, yes, interesting. Divine guidance for you, 7 of Cups, Moon reversed, Judgment reversed. This is important because we've got 2 major cards here. What this is talking about is to stop fantasizing. You're living almost in a dream world at the moment, and there are things that you've got rose-tinted glasses on about. It's time to chop out the things that are just illusion in order to move forward. Now, that Moon reversed and that 7 of Cups are talking about dreams, and they're talking about what is a dream and what is reality, okay? And we've got the Judgment card, we've got that crossroads. What your divine guidance is saying to you is it's now time to get real, okay? You have to decide what way you're going to go. You have to decide what is fantasy and what is reality, because it feels like you live in a little bit of a dream world about certain things, okay? So it's time to take off those rose-tinted glasses and then make a plan to move forward, because we want to see this card up this way. This is Judgment. This is about having discernment, judgment over your life, okay? Those 2 cards are about fantasy and illusion, okay? This card, this 7 of Cups here, if you see, this guy is like, he's got all sorts of different things in these different cups, and he doesn't know which way to go, which one to choose. He's like taking too long to choose. He's spoilt for choice, doesn't know which way to go, and he's living in a fantasy world a little bit, and that's sort of confirmed by that reverse of the Moon there. So the dreams need to fit. I'm not saying like forget your dreams, that sounds wrong. It's like work out what's realistic to achieve. Put down some of those options to move forward. Make the right decision and take the right road at the crossroads. Okay, Sushila, I think that is Abhinandan going to marry me? Oh gosh, that's a good one. Okay, let's have a look. Although you could, of course, just ask him, but let's see what the cards say, shall we? Thank you for the new follows on TikTok. I apologise if the stream's not very stable today. I don't know why that is. I might have to change internet provider. Do you think they'd be any different if I changed to somebody else, though? I don't know. Right, okay, Sushila. Oh, no, I would say not. I hate it. So I've got the Ace of Cups reversed, okay, which is talking about this doesn't feel like it's a relationship that's going to end in marriage. But what we also have here is the Tower reversed. It feels to me like if that was the person that you ended up marrying, we would have a Tower moment, okay, which you don't want. It feels like you might be dodging a bullet here. Because the card that I got third for you is the Nine of Pentacles. Now, this is the independent lady card, okay? Bring on Beyonce to sing her song, okay? This is you using your own resources and being happier and waiting longer. I don't think, I'm sorry to say if this is what you had your heart set on, but these two cards, that Ace of Cups reversed and that Tower reversed, are a really clear message to me that it's not the right way forward. And that is you much, much happier because you didn't go down that path, okay? So when I talk like this, I want you to realize that the cards, I don't believe in destiny, okay? The cards will give you what is most likely to happen given current circumstances, okay? So never ever, please never like make decisions based on what cards say. They're not infallible, and it's a now, it's a snapshot in time, okay? So I would hate to think about people making decisions based on cards. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only, all right? I believe in the cards, okay? Otherwise I wouldn't bother sitting here doing this. I'm an artist as well. I'd be sitting here painting and selling paintings, but things can change, okay? But at the moment, I would say that that's not a path that you should go down. You want to be looking more in yourself for your independent joy, okay? Lena, is Pete cheating on me? This is another question, which is a really tricky one to answer, and one that I know, Kirsty, like not Beyonce, but you know the song I mean. Right, I'm not a Beyonce fan myself either, Kirsty. Right, so, oh, I've lost that. Was Pete cheating on me? I think it is. Let's have a look. Okay. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Pete's having some time out. All right. This is like him hanging around and trying to accumulate wisdom, but I've also compared that with the Queen of Cups. Now, this Queen of Cups is somebody who's getting what she needs emotionally, okay? So I don't see this as being a cheating situation. I've also got the sneaky card, the Seven of Swords, but this is reversed, and this would be my tarot trying to say, I think sometimes when you ask a really direct tarot question, the tarot are like, crap, what is the best cards that we can answer this question with? It's like trying to sort of answer in a different language that's like can be interpreted. That card is a sneaky card up that way. That's the burglar card. Up that way, it's like a no, he's not cheating on you. He's trying to get some time out. This is him hanging around. He feels like he's still there. He just needs a bit of space. Okay? I don't think he's cheating on you. Okay. Yes, exactly, Kirsty. Not after what we know about Beyonce now. I agree. Will Adam reach out soon and realise his mistake? I think I've just seen that. And Joe's up there too. Will Adam reach out soon and realise his mistake? I'm going to say that yes, he will. We have got the Five of Swords, which is about conflict. It is like when there's been a conflict, but if you look, this guy wins the battle, but then he looks round and he watches these people who he's nicked swords from. They're going off into the distance, and he's like, well, was it really worth it? Was it worth this? I mean, what I wanted was this new beginning. I wanted this new start. And we've also got this Three of Hearts, I keep calling it Three of Hearts, Three of Swords reversed, which is the end of heartbreak. And teaming it with our Page of Cups, we're looking at a new beginning. So it's like somebody's learned some lessons. Somebody is thinking, was that really worth it? Was the conflict worth it? So I think they're going to learn their lesson there. Okay, Joe, will I move back to Sheffield this year, please? Let us have a look. Will Joe move back to Sheffield this year? Let us have a look. And I'm going to do one more, and I'm afraid that's going to be it. Will I move back to Sheffield this year? Joe, let us see. This is really strange, okay? Because I see the end of a cycle for you, okay? And I first of all had the Page of Swords, which would say to me, no. These two cards together would say, no, this isn't going to happen, all right? But then I've also got Queen of Pentacles. So this is you being mastering something, so you getting what you want. But then this interesting card, the Two of Wands. You see that person holding the world in their hand and looking over a new horizon. I feel that there's a move, but not necessarily what you're expecting. So it might not necessarily be to Sheffield. It feels like there's a new way forward for you. That card is about new horizons, okay? And teaming it with our Queen of Pentacles, it's like, this is you putting your crown on in a different way, all right? So these cards to me would say, not as you expect, but there's certainly a new horizon opening up for you and a new opportunity. Right, so one more question. Danielle, will I move home by the end of the year? Danielle, you're going to be today's final question. I'm sorry if I've missed you. Anybody? Okay, Danielle, will I move home by the end of the year? Yes, I can see that happening. And I'll explain why. Okay, they've got the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is about nostalgia, about things from the past. If you look, that's got children on it. It's about like home has that going back to the past, hasn't it? Going back to the past. And then we've also got the Empress here. So this is you growing, nurturing in this environment from the past. But we've also got a Knight here, which is an event, which is talking about the Knight of Pentacles is a slow mover. He's the only knight that isn't moving on his horse. What that means is that an event is happening, but it's happening slowly, okay? So it could be that, yes, I see you moving home, but don't expect it to happen quick, yeah? But it's going to happen steadily, okay? Okay, right, one more then. We've got AMX. Will, please can you tell me if he misses me before you go? Honestly, this will have to be my last one because my parents are dismantling a decking downstairs. They're going to think I'm hiding from the work, which I am, but I shouldn't be. Okay, right. If he misses you, let's see. This is really interesting, okay? We've got somebody who's being a hermit, somebody who's isolating, being by themselves, okay? They've got a lot to learn. They're looking to find wisdom within themselves, okay? It's not about you, it's about them, all right? This was teamed with the Five of Cups. Now, look how similar those two look for a start. One day I actually mistaken this card for this card. This is somebody moving away, losing something. It's an emotional loss, okay? So it's basically they are isolating and feeling that loss, okay? But it's about them. That Nine of Wands is that wounded soldier. It's somebody who's got walls up. This is a person who misses you. That's a card where, yes, he's missing you. That Five of Cups. Look how forlorn that card is. But it's about finding himself. He has barriers from things that have happened in the past. He needs to come to terms with this, okay? In order to work out how to move forward. Okay. Oh, Mr. Steve says lots of people are saying the internet's playing up, so it might not be me. I hope not. That would be awesome. Right, everybody, I am going to have to go and help my parents dismantle a decking, and there's lots of spiders on it, so I might just have to burn the whole thing down, actually. So thank you for being with me this morning. It has been awesome, as always. I do apologise for my internet problems. Come back and see me next time. Is it Friday? Yes, it is. I'm going to try and do something over the weekend. On YouTube, if I can find a gap in everybody's schedules. Definitely on TikTok, because it doesn't clash with people that I know and love on YouTube who are putting stuff out. So thank you for being with